Good evening, all of you. So, in a previous class, we are going to discuss about strings and how to create strings in Python, and strings indexing and splitting, and reassigning strings in Python, and deleting strings, and basic string operations. We are going to discuss in previous class. So, and also we are going to discuss about accessing a characters by index, and slicing and joining of operations. And also we are going to discuss in a previous class about string formatting methods like escape sequence method, and format methods, and using a percentile operator. So these are the topics we are discussing in a previous class. So now in this today class we will go and discuss about string operators. So what are the operators in strings? So like plus operator and star operator, and index, square, subscript, and square brackets and followed by colon, and in operator, not in operator, and small r and capital R, and percentile operators. So these are the different types of operators. So let us see the first one. So that is a plus operator. So the plus operator is used in Python for concatenation of two strings. For concatenating of two strings, you have to use a plus operator, and the star operator is used for repetition. So it is a repetition operator. So it is a repetition operator. So if you want to repeat this string two times, three times, then you have to repeat by using a star operator. So it is a repetition operator, and plus is a concatenation operator. And square brackets. So it is also it is known as a slice operator. So it is also known as a slice operator. So by using this square brackets, you have to access substrings of a given string. So by using a square brackets, you have to access the substrings of a given string, and square brackets and followed by colon. So it will be called as a range slice operator. So by using these square brackets and followed by colon, you have to access the characters from specified range. So you have to access the characters from specified range. So that is the meaning for square brackets and followed by colon, and in operator. So in is a membership operator, and not in is also a membership operator, and or capital R, it is called as a raw string. So for displaying a same string as this as output, then you have to use a small r, capital R, and a percentile operator, and it is a string formatting operators. So these are the different types of string operators. So for example, I am writing str is equal to hello, str is equal to hello, and str1 is equal to world. So then I want to print str star 3. So here star is a repetition operator. Then it will go to print str in 3 times. So it is output for this line. So this line, the output is hello, hello, and hello. So it will go to print 3 times. So next one is str plus str1. So plus is a concatenate operator. Then it will go and concatenate hello and world. So then we'll get the output is hello world. And str followed by index number 4. So str and followed by index number 4, and it will go and print O later. So it will go and print O, and print str2 colon 4. So that means 2 is included and 4 is excluded. So that means you have to take the characters from index number 2 and index number 3 characters from the str. So then I got the output is LL, and print W in str. So W in str. So there is no W in str. So that's why it will go and print output is a false. And WO. So WO not in str1. So WO characters will be there in the str1. But here I am going to say that WO not in str1. So it is a false statements. The WO characters will be there in str1. So that's why it will go and print false. And next one is print and followed by R for raw string and followed by C colon backslash and followed by Python 37. So then I got the output is in a same order, and print the string is followed by %s and followed by % and followed by str. So then I got the output is the string str is hello. So these are the different types of operators in strings. So any doubts in this example? So any doubts in this example? If you have any doubts, so please post your query in the chat box. So if you have any doubts, please post your query in the chat box. Okay, we'll go and continue. So next one is a list. So what is a list here? So what is a list? So the Python lists are similar to arrays in C language. So the Python lists are similar to array in C language. So however, the list contain data of different types. So the list contain data of different data types. So whereas in array, it contain similar data types. So whereas in list, it contain collection of different data types. And these collection of different data types are separated by comma. So separated by comma, and these different data values can be enclosed in square brackets. So can be enclosed in square brackets, and by using a slice operator. So by using a slice operator, you have to access the data of the list, and by using a plus operator, you have to perform by using a plus operator, you have to perform concatenate operation, and by using a star operator, you have to perform repetition operator. By using a star operator, you have to perform repetition of the list. So these are the different types of operators in the list. So what is the difference here? List and array. So array is a similar data type. So whereas list is a collection of different data types, and the list of values will be separated by comma, and the list of values will be enclosed in square brackets, and by using a square brackets and followed by colon, so you have to access the data of the list, and by using a plus operator, you have to perform concatenate operation, and by using a star operator, you have to perform repetition of the list. So let us say the example here. So example, list 1 is equal to 1 comma I comma Python comma 2. So the list contains collection of different data types. So here 1 is an integer data type and 2 is integer data type, and I and Python is a string data type. So that's why the list is a collection of different data types. So the list 1 contains 1 comma I comma Python comma 2. So now I want to print what is the type of list 1. So I want to print what is the type of list 1. Then I got the output is it is a class object and it is a list data type. So next to print list 1. So print followed by list 1. So now I want to print list 1 data. So then I got the output is 1 I Python and 2. And next one is print list 1 and followed by 3 colon. So index number 3 and followed by colon. So for example, the first value at index number 0 and high at index number 1 and Python at index number 2 and 2 at index number 3. So now I want to print 3 colon. So what is a 3 colon? So it will go and print 2 only. So it will go and print only 2. So next one is print list 1 and followed by 0 colon 2. So that means 0 will be included and 2 will be excluded. So then the list of items are 0 and 1 only. So for 0 and 1, at index number 0 the value is 1, and at index number 1 the value is high. So then we will get the output is 1 high. And next one is print list 1 plus list 2. So I want to perform concatenation of list 1 and list 1 plus list 1. Then I got the output is 1 I python 2 comma 1 I python 2. So next one, repetition operator. So print list 1 star 3. So print list 1 star 3. So then I got the list will be in 3 times. So star is a repetition operator. So that's why I got the output in 3 times. It will going to print 3 times. So any doubts here in this example? So what are the operations can be done on the strings, and same operations will be also applied on list also, like plus operator, star operator, and followed by slicing and so on. So what is the difference here, list and array? So array is a similar data type in C, whereas a list is a collection of different data types. So what are the whether the list will be comes under mutable or immutable? So mutable or immutable. So the list is a mutable data type. The list is a mutable data type. So the list will be comes under mutable data type. So that means we can modify the list of values. So any doubts in this example about different types of operators on list? How many doubts? So please post your query in the chat box. So next one is string literals. So for example, I am writing list is equal to John 678 20.4 and Peter, and a list 1 is equal to 456 and Andrew, and I want perform print followed by list. Then I got the output is John 678 20.4 and Peter, and print followed by list plus list 1. Then I got the output is John 678 20.4 Peter comma 456 and Andrew. So how to create a list? So how to create a list? So I said that the list can be created by using a square brackets. By using a square brackets, and followed by the list of values will be separated by comma. So what are the values will be there in a list? So the values will be separated by comma, and it is a mutable data type. So list is a mutable data type. So for example, so L1 is equal to John 102 and USA, and L2 is equal to 1 to 6. Then I want to know what is the type of the L1 and L2. Then I will write print and followed by type and followed by L1. Then I got the output is a class object, and it is a list data type, and type followed by L2. Then I got the output is a class object, and it is a list data type. So what are the characteristics of a list? So what are the characteristics of a list? So first one is the list are ordered. The list are ordered like a sequential data type. So what are the sequential data types? So what are the different types of sequential data types? So that will be called STL. So that is a string, tuple, and a list. So list will be comes under sequential or ordered collection of data type. So list are ordered collection of elements, and the element of the list can access by using index. So what are the elements will be there in the list? So that can be accessed by using a index, and the list are mutable data types. So the list are mutable data types. That means you can modify the given number, or you can modify the given string in a given list. So that can be possible, and a list can store the number of various elements. So I said that the list is a collection of different data types. So whereas array is a collection of similar data type. So for example, A is equal to 1 comma 2 comma Peter comma 4.50 and Ricky and 5 comma 6, and B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 5 and Peter comma 4.50 and Ricky comma 6. So in this example, whether the list of values A and B is equal to B. So A is equal to B. So in this example, A is not equal to B. So why? Because in this example, the the elements are in ordered. So whereas in this example, the elements cannot be in ordered. So that's why it will go on to produce the output is false. So let us say the list indexing. So it will be same as a string slicing and a string indexing only. So for example, I am taking a list is equal to 0 to 5. Now I will store the elements from 0 to 5, and their index number, their index position will be 0, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So these are the index positions 0 to 5, and these are the given elements that can be stored into index number 0 to index number 5. So now I will be use square brackets for accessing of individual value. So list and followed by 0. So then I got the output is 0 only, and a list of 1 is equal to 1, and a list of 2 is equal to 2, and a list of 3 that is equal to 3 only, and a list of 4 is equal to 4, and list of 5 is equal to 5. And next one is a slicing operator. So list 0 colon. So list 0 colon. So that means I want to print the starting index number 0, but I don't know end of the number or end of the uh, end of the slicing operator. So that's why I will be know only starting value, but I don't know end of the value. So that's why it will go and print from 0 to up to end of the elements. So that's why I got the output is from 0 to 5. So next one is a list followed by colon. So in this time I don't know starting index number and end of the index number. So then I got the output is same as the first one. So next one, list followed by 2 colon 4. So that means 2 is included and 4 is excluded. So the 4 is excluded. So in between 2 and 4, what are the elements are there? So only 2 and 3 only. And what are the positions of index number 2 and 3? The values are 2 and 3 only. So that's why I got the output is 2, 3 only. So next list followed by 1 colon 3. So index number 1, it is included, and 3 that will be excluded. So in between 1 and 3, the index positions are 1 and 2 only. So then at index number 1, the element is 1, and at index number 2, the element is 2. So that's why I got the output is 1 comma 2 only. So next one is a list followed by colon 4. So in this example, I don't know a starting index, but I will be know end of the index. So that means which will contact the starting index from 0 to up to 4. So that means 4 is excluded. So 4 will be excluded. So then it will go and print 0, 1, 2 and 3. So these are the positions, index positions of the given this slice operator. So then I got the output is 0, 1, 2, 3 only. So that is about list indexing and splitting. So if you have any doubts, please post your query in the chat box. So this is another example here. So list is equal to 1 to 7 and print list of 0. So I will write here index positions. So first position 1. So first value 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7. So these are the elements. So the first value will be stored at index number 0, second value at 1, third value 2, fourth value 3, and fifth value 4, and sixth value 5, and seventh value 6. So these are the index positions. So these are the index positions. So I will write it here index. So index at index number 0, the first value which we will going to store. So now I want to print a list of 0. So what is the list of 0 here? So it will go and print 0 only. And a list of 1, it will print 2. And a list of 2, it will print 3. And a list of 3, then it will go and print 4. So next one, print a list of 0 colon 6. So 0 colon 6. So that means 0 will be included and 6 will be excluded. So that means we have a index positions from 0 to 6 will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and 6 will be excluded. So then what are the positions of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements? So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 only. So that will be output for the given expression. And next one is so print list colon. So print list colon. So in this example, I don't know starting index number and end of the index number. So that's what it will go and print from 0 to 6. So next one, list followed by 2 colon 5. So index number 2 and followed by 5. So that means 2 is included and 5 is excluded. So then in between 2 and 5, what are the positions? 2, 3 and 4. So there are 3 elements. At index number 2, the value is 3, and at index number 3, the value is 4. At index number 4, the value is 5. Then we'll get the output is 3, 4, 5. So for the 2 colon 5 expression. So next one, print list followed by 1 colon 6 colon 2. So in this example, it is a starting index and it is the end of the index and it is a step counter. So it will count increment 2 times. So that means for example 1 colon 6. So that means so it will be start with index number 0, that is 1 is included and 6 will be excluded. So in between 1 and 6, so the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. So then I will go and count. So what are the index number 1? So it is a 2. And what is the index number 2? The element is 3. And what is the index number 3? The element is 4. And what is the index number 4? It is 5. Okay, so these are the elements here. So at index number 1 it is 2, and index number 2 it is 3, index number 3 it is 4, and index number 4 it is 5, and index number 5 it is a 6, and 6 will be excluded. So in this example 1 is included and 6 will be excluded. So in between 1 and 6, so you have to take up to from 1 to 5 only. So from 1 to 5, so these are the values 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I want print first one. So 1. So then it will go and print the output is 2, and it will go and increment 2 steps. So that means it will leave the next value and it will go and take the next value, that is a 4. So then I got the output is a 2 and 4, and it will leave the next value and it will go and print next value, that is a 6. Then I got the output is a 2, 4, 6. I hope you are understanding what I am saying. So 1 colon 6 is nothing but 1 is included and 6 is excluded, and followed by colon 2. 2 is nothing but it will go to increment the step count to 2 times. So that's why in this example it will leave the one value and it will go and take the next value. It will leave the one value and it will go and count, it will go and take the next value. That's why I got the output is 2, 4, 6 only. So these are the example here. So these are the above program. So this is the output. So I got the for last line 2, 4, 6 only. So why? Because the range will be from 1 colon 6 colon 2. So 2 is nothing but it is a step counter. So it is a step counter. So it will go on to take it will go on to skip the first position and it will go and take the next value. So that is the meaning for 1 colon 6 colon 2. So any doubts in this example? So if you have any doubts, please post your query in the chat box. So any doubts in this example? Okay, we'll continue. So that is output, and similarly you have to perform in a reverse order also. So reverse slicing will be also possible. So that will be also you have to discuss in strings, and same as a list also. So next one is updating a list of values. So updating a list of values will be possible in a list. So why? Because a list will be comes under mutable data types. So that's why I will perform updation operation in the list. So for example, list is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I want to print a list. Then I got the output is from 1 to 6. So next I want to update list 2. List followed by index number 2 is equal to 10. So I want to update the value at index number 2. So at index number 2 I will be reassigning a new value, that is 10. Then after that I want to print a list. So let us execute this code. So let us execute this code in Google Colab Jupyter Notebook. So we'll select a new notepad. Then we'll go for okay. So now it will be waiting for writing of the program. So for example, list. So list is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6, and print list. So what is the list it will go and print? So let us execute this code. So it will go and print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it will go and print the from 1 to 6. Okay, now this is the output. So now after that, after printing of this list, now at index number 2, I will be update a new value. So what is index number 2 here? So 0, the value is 1, and 1, the value is 2, and 2, the value is 3. So now I'm going to update third element as a 10. So that is the index position 2, the value is 3. Now I'm going to update 3 as a 10. So now after updating 10, now I want to print again list. So I want print again list. Now see here, now it is a before list. The before list it contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and after updating at index number 2, that is equal to 10. So that means 3 will be updated as a new value, that is a 10. So it is possible. So it is possible to update. Uh, it is possible to update the list of values in the Python. So whereas in strings, it is not possible. Why? Because the strings will be comes under immutable data types, and whereas a list will be comes under mutable data types. So that's why it will be possible to update the values. And next one is a list followed by -1 is equal to 25. So here -1. So what is the -1 here? So that is the last element. So the last element is 6. So now I want to update as a new value, that is equal to for example list. So that is equal to list of -1. So list of -1. So is equal to, actually it contain at index number -1, it is a sixth element is there. Now I want to update it as a 25. Now let us execute this code. So after that I want to print the list. So print list 1 or list. Now let us execute this code. So now see here. So we'll explain once again. So for this line it will go and print 1 2 3 4 5 6, and for this line it will go and update that index number 3, which will go and update as a 10. And after that I'm going to write a list of -1 is equal to 25. So that means the last value will be belongs to -1. So now I need to update 6 to 25. So that's why it will be update the 6 as a 25. So that is about a list of -1 is equal to 25, and after that I printed a list. Then I got the output is 6 will be replaced to 25. So that is about a list. So for updating is possible in a list. So because it will becomes under mutable data types. So and also we have to use append and insert methods for adding values. So if you want to use the append method, you have to use this syntax: list name dot followed by append and followed by any value. And it is a syntax for insert. So list dot followed by insert and followed by index value, so index position and followed by value. So in this example, I will be updated values, or I am going to appending a values. So for example, the original list is 1 to 6. I want to print original list, and after that I am going to appending a 9. So list dot append followed by 9. Then the value will be appending at after 6, and after that I am going to append one more element, that is a 15. Now the 15 will be appending after 9. So now I am going to insert one more element. So that is a list dot insert, and it is a index number 2. At index number 2 I want to insert a 20. So actually 0 is a 1, 1 is a 2, and index number 2 is a 3. So now I need to update this 3 as a 20. So then I got the output is so 1, 2, and followed by 20, and followed by 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 15. So these are the elements. So that means at index number 2, the 20 will be actually it contains 3. So that value will be replaced to 20. So this is an example here. So in this example, I will be insert at index number 6th position. I will insert the include string also. At index number 6, it will include the strings also. And similarly, one more example on appending. So fruits is equal to apple, banana, and cherry, and fruits dot append followed by orange. So that will be appending at end of the cherry. And A is equal to apple, B is equal to banana, and A is equal to apple, banana, cherry, and B equal to Ford, BMW, and Volvo, and A dot append followed by B. So I want appending B to A, and after that I want to print A. Then I got the output is in after A, at end of A, the B value will be going to appending. So that is about a append and insert. And one more is called remove. So it is also possible to remove the values in a given list. So why? Because it will be comes under mutable data types. So you can use remove, or you can use a del for deleting of a values in the Python. So next one is a list of operations like a star and a plus operator. Plus is a concatenation operation, and star is a repetition operations. So these are the different types of operators in a list. So star operator, concatenate operator, membership operator, that is a in and a not in, and iterative. Iteration will be also done on a list by using a for loop, and a length. It is also possible to find out the length of a given list by using a len functions. Okay, so we'll go and discuss Python list operations in the next. So that's all about today's session. So in the next session, we're going to discuss about Python list operations. So up to now, if you have any doubts, please post your query in the chat box and I will try to answer your queries. And if you don't have any doubts, so that's all about today's session, and we will go and meet in the next class. So thank you for attending this session. And if you like this video, please click on a thumbs up button. You have to click on a thumbs up button, and if you like this video, and you have to subscribe my channel. So thank you for attending. So have a nice day, and we will go and meet in the next session.